Hey, comic book fans, it's a Monday night. It's the price variance. I'm here with everybody's favorite Canadian Allan. And as usual, we are looking at the hottest Silver Age comic sales on Heritage last week, as curated by Mr. Pollitt. So we're going to crack straight in. We did five on Alan's channel, they were little crackers. And we're going to be doing five on my channel. And we are going to kick off with A Brave and the Bold.
Another really cool book. So this one is not the first appearance of the Teen Titans, but it is the first titled Teen Titans.
Yes.
And it's also the first appearance of Wonder Girl, I believe.
Let's have a look and see what it says. First appearance of the new Wonder Girl, Donna
New
Troy.
Wonder Girl, yeah.
Who was the old Wonder Girl?
I don't know.
Who joins the Teen
She
Titans?
was old. She was decrepit, so they got rid of her.
So Donna Troy, is she Diana Troy's niece?
Yeah, something like that. It's like she's related to Wonder Woman.
Yes.
I think it's niece or
Yeah.
yeah.
It's not daughter, is it? Who joins the
No, it's
team?
not daughter.
Batman, Wonder Woman, and Flash cameos. Right.
Hmm.
Nick Cardy cover.
Nick Cardy cover, yeah. I like Nick Cardy.
I like Nick Cardy.
Yeah, it's a cool cover too.
It is a cool cover. It's a very
But
memorable cover.
strangely, whenever I see this cover, and this is like probably I'm the only one that sees it this way, but I see this as like SeaWorld. Like where if you ever go to SeaWorld, they do like these like water things,
Yeah,
these where they stand on each other's shoulders or
yeah.
and they're on a surfboard or whatever. It kind of reminds me of that. I don't know. Every time I see it, just reminds me
Okay.
of
You have a
SeaWorld.
small boy riding a large swordfish at SeaWorld.
That happens every time. They're
Okay.
riding some fish, like a dolphin or something like that. It's like dolphins are not fish. I know people are going to comment. I can see the comments now, like dolphins are not fish, but yes, I know they're mammals.
Yeah, four teenage heroes in one blazing adventure, Alan.
Yes. So
Fantastic.
really, I mean, it's a cool book.
It is a cool book. I think this is doing quite well at the moment. I think we had this on a few weeks ago. I think it's hit a little golden patch. Right, I might be wrong. Anyway, for an 8.0, $690.
Hmm.
Um, let's have a look. That's a good price.
Yeah, I mean, it's one
Yeah,
that's
right,
kind
it's
of
on
like,
the up. It's heading in the right direction.
yeah, it looks like it obviously did really poorly after the COVID bump,
As the
but
COVID,
it looks like it's on the road to
COVID,
recovery
then it
again.
came down, then they had a little spike here for some reason, uh,
Yeah.
and then it's coming back up. Yeah,
And remember before Teen Titans Go was kind of giving a little bit of life to this book,
yeah.
and
So
that show's no longer
pre-COVID, this
running.
was 522, and this is now 690. So I think that's yeah,
That's a good price, yeah.
a little steady progression on this.
Yeah. I mean it's a major book. Is Titans still going, that TV series, or is that
No,
over?
I don't think so. I think Gunn stopped it, didn't he?
Yeah. I actually liked the first couple seasons of that.
Yeah, I
I
did
enjoyed.
too. Yeah.
But yeah. And what's the census? It's like a
Five
thousand.
592.
Oh wow, 592. So yeah, this is this is the kind of book that I really like because you get the first title, you get the first appearance of a new character, you know, bunch of cool firsts, and it's uh it's
Yeah.
got a low census count too.
And the second appearance of the Teen Titans.
Yep.
Very good. Yeah, I have this one, of course. My team, my Brave and the Bold.
I forgot what I used to trade. Did I trade with you on this one?
No,
I traded with somebody with this. I had a low grade copy of it and I traded it off.
no, I'm not.
And yeah. And
Right.
then I had a higher grade that I kept. So,
Okay, and next one is Brave and the Bold as well, Alan.
yes. This one I was a little bit shocked by the price, actually. I thought this was a bit of a low price.
That is a low price. I this you may remember I collect Brave and the Bold. This was the sort of the final sort of key comic of the collection that I hadn't got, which people would recognize
Hmm.
as key. It's the first appearance of the Suicide Squad.
Yes.
It is quite a pricey one for Brave and the Bold. Brave and the Bold isn't that pricey a series apart from a few key comics, of which you showed one of them. Um, but this one is quite expensive because it's the first appearance of Rick Flag.
Rick Flag, Suicide Squad first appearance.
Yeah.
Um, and it's usually a book that is beat up. I don't know why. Every time I see this book, it's like a 2.0 or some lower grade. This is actually a reasonable grade for this book. Like a 5.0 is quite reasonable. Solid copy.
Now, Rick Flags are very confusing because there are three of them.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yes. There's the old Rick Flag, who is the guy who's going to be in the Creature Commandos, I think.
Oh, okay.
There's this Rick Flag, who was also the Rick Flag that was in the
In the Suicide Squad movies.
Suicide movies. But there's also a grandson called Rick Flag as well, I think. So
Oh, okay.
when you say Rick Flag, you need to be careful which Rick Flag you're talking about.
Well, I didn't know that. I didn't know. I thought they were all the same.
No,
Okay.
no, they're not. So the one we're getting in Creature Commandos is this one's father, I think.
Oh, okay. And when did he make his appearance?
He makes his first appearance in it's in a Secret Origins. Uh
Oh, okay.
yeah, it's in Secret I've been picking them up because
No,
yeah,
that's a good spec. That's a good spec. If it's
yeah,
different, if it's a different Rick Flag.
first appearance of Rick Flag Senior. Um is in a Secret Origins magazine, which is really cheap to pick up.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Okay, that's very cool. We learned something new on this channel.
There we go. Ross Andrew and Mike Exposito cover art.
Hmm. It's a cool cover too.
That is a cool cover. Um, and 708. I think that's low.
Yeah.
I know it's low because I bought into this a couple of years ago and I paid a quite a high price for a
I
3.5.
bought this at the wrong time. I think I paid too
I,
much for my copy.
I bought it at the wrong time as well. Right. Yeah, there we go. There you can
Yeah,
see.
I mean, it looks like it's on a steady decline. Maybe a little bit coming up again.
It's no, it's it dropped down to 660. This is now up at 780. So it's
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's kind of
bounced
bouncing
back a
back.
bit, but during COVID, you'll have to have paid 1,400 for this. You
And
can
then what was pre-COVID price?
pre-COVID price was
It looks like it's still higher.
700. So
Oh, it's gone up. Okay, a little bit.
it's slightly above pre-COVID price. Yeah.
That's reasonable. Okay, so yeah, it's going to be like 10 years from now, we can finally hopefully get away from talking about pre-COVID and all this kind of it's
Yeah, the
like
graph will have moved on over here somewhere and we can
yeah. Oh man.
disappear off the end. Yeah. Right. Yeah, so not bad. I mean, great book. It's a key book for Suicide Squad, and Suicide Squad is you know, the only member of the Suicide Squad who ever makes an appearance is Rick Flag of one description or another. None of
Yeah, yeah.
none of the other characters here, you know, are ever.
And what's the census like on this book?
Let's have a look.
I think it's a low census as well.
351.
Yeah, that's a pretty low census. Um, I think you'd even get this graded in really low grade
Yeah,
because
you
my
would.
copy's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
2.0.
Yeah, I
So
mean, this is a five, and it's still over, six, $700. So if you've got a raw copy, uh,
yeah.
even 4.5, 4.0, you'd probably get graded.
Hmm.
Mine's a three.
Yeah.
Mine's a graded 3.5. And that was worth. I paid $400 for it. I think it's now worth 300.
I
But
think I paid like probably similar price to you, and then mine's like a 2.0. It's like
okay.
I think I bought it like just around when it was kind of going up during COVID.
And yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
We just have to.
Sometimes you win, sometimes you don't. That one I didn't.
Right. And here we'll go. Another DC. A lot of DC tonight, Alan.
Yeah, like the cooler books were all DC this time. Like I could have went with a lot of Marvel and it would have been like, oh, we've seen these books too many times. I wanted to do something a little bit newer,
Yeah,
a
we
little
have seen
fresher.
this one a few times. This is
But yeah, I like this book, so I'm gonna put it on when I see it. I
right.
think we had this like a couple weeks ago as well, but
So this is the first appearance of the Silver Age Clayface, Matt
yes, yes,
um, from 1961. Although this is Detective Comics 298, we are only in 1961.
yeah. I mean, that's crazy, like how high the numbering is by that point.
That's exactly. Yeah.
And I love this kind of cover where you got the first appearance and he's on the cover. And
Yeah.
they say, they even name him on the cover as well. It's like Clayface.
Yeah.
Batman says it.
And they
It's
can tell it, and they tell you what he does as well. So,
it's like they do everything.
yeah. So nice one. 1961. And the reason why this is low census is people were, sales were not huge, the returns were high. Uh,
Hmm.
this is pre-Batman on the TV.
You
So,
said that the at this time period, it's like returns were like almost 50,
oh, 50,
60%.
50 to 60%. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, crazy. So if the print runs were in the 100,000 range, probably, that means the survival rate was pretty low.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. That's why the census is so low on these.
yeah.
Yeah. Right. So what did this sell for? It sold for $1,000, 1,080, and let's have a look. Oh, that's okay. It's
Yeah, it's just, you got the one
it's
spike. Gotta
way
ignore that.
higher than pre-COVID.
Oh yeah. This book is interesting because it had that one little spike, which is really one sale, right?
Yeah, one sale. Yeah, actually we
It's
talked
probably an
about.
outlier
You
sale.
remember, Alan? We talked about this. I think we talked about this last sale as well.
Yeah.
So I think that is just a one-off.
Yeah. And now it's this basically all this shows is that let's ignore that one sale, but
If you ignore that
it's
one
gone
sale,
into
this
a
is on a
steady
nice
state.
steady. This is on a good steady increase line.
Yeah. And this is it's showing that it's confirmed that this is the price now that people would expect to pay for this
Yeah, it's a
grade of this
$1,000
comic.
book now in a sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's solidly there.
yeah.
But this is not one that you see very often. I mean, look,
Well,
there's not many sales we're talking about here.
you're not going to see it very often, are you? When you've
Yeah.
got 325, sorry, 580 of these,
Yeah.
you're not going to see it that often, are you?
I think there's a few things going on with this book. It's at the time period where, as you said, there's high returns. It's a number that nobody was kind of thinking, oh, this is a key book that I'm going to have to put away, for future years.
Yeah.
It's not a number one or something like that. You know what I mean? It's like it's 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 rare in that respect. Marvel made it much more obvious which books you had to collect and save.
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
DC not so obvious.
It doesn't have big premiere issue.
Yeah, it needs a little that ribbon that they put on them. Um, but yeah, but still a cool book.
Yeah. Okay, next one. Oh, right. Well, this is interesting. We don't get this one that frequently.
No, this is an interesting one. I put this on the list because I own a copy of it.
All right.
But also it's one that kind of was going crazy at one time because of Jane Foster.
Oh, it's the first appearance of Jane Foster, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, and it's the second appearance of Thor. So it's got two major things going on for it.
Yeah.
Um, and it's one of those ones where it had gone crazy when the whole spec was around Jane Foster becoming the next Thor.
Right. Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I don't know. It's a cool book.
Who's this guy against the wall? Who's that?
That's him. That's Thor.
Well, why does he look like
So
Matt Murdock?
so he he has like his secret identity as well.
Okay.
In the Silver Age, he's like this kind of guy like that, looks a little bit feeble. And then he does that to kind of have a secret identity. And then he turns into the Thor.
Right. Okay. Nice cover, nice grade, 6.5. Key comic, 1,500. What do you
Hmm.
reckon, Alan? Up, down?
That should be pretty down. I remember my copy, even mine's the lower
Down.
grade,
That's
was,
pretty down.
yeah,
Right. So
my copy was at
COVID,
that price at one point.
pre-COVID, well, it's up. It's okay. If you did say pre-COVID's 1-1, it's now 1-5. So if you ignore,
Yeah, I bought this pre-COVID, so I was quite lucky. I
probably
actually,
okay. You're probably okay. You'd have paid this sort of, you'd have paid up 1,000 or so for this, and then
yeah, my copy's lower grade. But it was a sweet deal. I think I paid $300,
oh
but
no,
I got this book and the one where it's like the what if one where she becomes Thor.
yeah,
And then I got a later, the more modern one where she really does officially become in like in
yeah,
continuity
yeah.
Thor. So I got all those books and it was like $300. And it
Oh,
was, and my copy's not that much lower grade. I think it's like a 5.0
oh
kind
well,
of
that
thing.
was a very good deal then.
Yeah. And the other ones are higher grade, really high grade. Yeah.
I think this is okay. I mean, it's a pre-COVID gradual increase one, isn't it? You just ignore these.
Yeah, I think it's found its floor is what we're seeing on this one. Um Actually that's a personal joke actually because my son he couldn't say Thor back in the day. He loved comics when he was really young and he would always say floor. So it's found its Thor. Don't ask. It's a weird that's a personal joke. It only one person in the whole world will appreciate it,
Okay, well,
but
let's hope they're watching it. Right,
yes.
moving on. Of course, my last comic had to be the Arachnid. We had an
And
Arachnid free week up to now, so Alan snuck him in as the last comic.
oh well, there was a reason why this is on the list.
There's always a reason, Alan. What's the reason this week?
This is a 1.0
Yes,
universal copy.
yes.
So this is the lowest universal fully complete copy you can get. How much is it worth? So if you're interested in this book, what is the entry point for getting a complete copy? So this is the 1.0, this is the entry level copy. It's
Right.
actually a really nice entry level
Well,
copy. I
I
mean,
was saying it doesn't look like a 1-0.
it doesn't look like a 1.0. It's probably got a spine split or
Well,
something,
it's missing. No, it's complete, isn't it?
it's complete. It's a blue label. It's got a look at the spine. That's why.
It's just the spine is knackered.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
in a way, this is one of those
I mean, it's
perfect.
all visible. It's you can see it all.
Yeah, I mean, this is actually one of those perfect situations where it's the spine that's split and mangled, but actually the cover presents really, really well.
Mm, does. Anyway, so the answer to your question, Alan, uh, is what $14,400 is the cheapest point
Yeah,
on
that's
this.
the entry point.
That's your entrance ticket if you want one of these.
So, but the other thing that this book shows, and this is like you got to take this with a bit of grain of salt, is um this is the price per point. So if this is a 1.0, well, the price per point is 14,000, right? So then a 2.0 would be, so forth. And like you'd think sort of that kind of price point.
Well,
It doesn't.
I have a little special challenge for you at the end of the show, Alan. So we'll see whether you apply your formula or not.
Well, in this case, it doesn't work. Generally, what you do is you get like the first few grades get that price compression.
Yeah.
So I think a 2.0 would probably go for not 14, not 28,000, more like 18,000. It's like, closer. But
Okay.
the idea is in theory that this
Right.
would be the price
So
per
let's
point.
see how this did. It's up a bit.
Yeah, it's up a bit, a little bit bounce off the floor there.
There we go. This had fallen forever. Then it bounced back, found the floor, and has bounced back a bit.
You know why I think it's bounced back a bit, and this is actually our list kind of shows this in a way, is I haven't had this on the list much recently, have I? Right?
Oh,
And the reason I haven't had this on the list, not that I'm saying that my list affects the market. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying the reason it wasn't on my list is it wasn't available for a while. And
okay.
I think what was happening was too many people were dumping it onto the market and that was killing the price. Now that people have kind of held off, selling it, it's, people are kind of like, oh, maybe I might not see it as much. There's a bit of that FOMO, bit of that fear of missing out of that it might not be available for a while. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So it's
right. So,
it's
Alan,
sort of pulling up the
I have
price.
something exciting to announce. Well, it's
Okay.
exciting for the person involved. So,
Okay.
one of my collaborators in comics, so I do another show called the Geekly Weekly Show,
Oh,
and
okay. Yes.
we have a gentleman on there called Bill Field.
Okay.
Bill is a comics historian, and he basically he lucked out and bought a major collection,
Oh,
uh,
nice.
really bargain based prices. In it was a Amazing Fantasy 15, which
And he's going to give it to me. Wow, that's so nice of him.
it's currently in the next big heritage sale.
Oh, wow.
It is. This is it. Oh no! Where's it gone? No, it's not there. Where is it gone? It's in the next heritage. Have you got the heritage catalogue?
Not yet. It hasn't given. They
It's
haven't sent it to
right
me yet.
there. Okay, so it is an amazing fantasy. Oh, is this it? There it is. That is
Six
Bill's copy.
five. Nice copy.
That is Bill's copy.
Oh,
Currently
wow.
70,000 now. So my question to you is, Bill has said, what do you think it's going to go for, Mark? So if we go to
I think it'll go for about 80.
right, so well, it'll go for more than that.
Really?
80, I say 110. So
Uh,
the
what was
current
the last sale? 90?
last sale was 114.
Oh, okay. Geez, I'm way off. So my price per point was okay, it's 15,000 per point, right?
Yeah,
That'd be 95.
yeah. So I think it'll go well. The last one went for 114, but the one before that went for 91. So
Okay, but I think it's on an upswing, so
I
it
think
might go for even
I think
120.
it's on an upswing as well. So I think he'll get between 115 and 120.
Yeah. Wow. But okay, so that whole idea of the price per point thing doesn't really apply after a certain grade.
Right. Okay.
So usually after a 6, it kind of, goes up a little bit quicker. Like the difference between a 6.0, if you look at the difference in price between a 6.0 and a 6.5,
Yeah.
there's actually it's not even per point at that point. It's a new
Oh,
scale.
yeah. So that's a six is 75.
Yeah, see how I'm saying? Like it jumps a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah. Six
Um,
five is 705. So
that's why I was sort of guessing more the 6.0 price.
yeah.
Um, so yeah, so wow.
Yeah. So
That's a really nice
we're gonna have
find.
a watch party for Bill. You
Oh,
know,
that sounds like fun.
uh, for when that goes up to sale. It's about 12 days time, so we'll all stay up and we'll have a party for him.
So is it this auction have a bunch of his books or just this one?
This is the only one he's putting up this time.
Okay.
And he didn't have to pay any fees.
Oh, I imagine not, because they like
Heritage were
bringing in
very
big
happy
books.
to have this, and he doesn't get charged anything because they're going to make such a big commission on it, buyer's premium.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. You know what's funny, and it's probably too late, but okay, so like right now he's gonna get whatever the hammer price is. That's what
Yeah,
he gets.
yeah,
But then they add the 20% buyer's premium.
correct. Yeah,
Now, sometimes on the bigger books, they will actually negotiate on the buyer's premium,
will they?
and you can actually get up to 10% of the 20%.
That's interesting. Okay, yeah.
So had you talked to me, I could have probably got him an extra 10%.
Which is worth having when it's that would be 10 grand.
That's $10,000 just to ask me about it. Yeah.
Yeah. So he picked up an amazing, it's like one of those hauls you hear about that, you just think it's never going to happen to anybody. But anyway, it happened to Bill. Uh,
Yeah. I'm looking forward to something like that happening to me. I need that.
yeah. And he's got some original artwork in the artwork sale as well, which is probably going to go for as much money as this.
Okay. I'm actually at the time of recording this, I actually have already done a major announcement where I'm trying to put myself in position to get these kind of big collections. I've sort of teamed up with not Heritage, but kind of Heritage, to basically buy big collections.
Okay.
So I have, probably like six figures to play with.
Okay. Nice.
So, if somebody wants to bring their collection to me, I'm willing to buy it. Not me personally, it's not my money, but um, I'm willing to use their money to buy your collection. Um, so
Okay.
yeah,
That's exciting.
yeah,
Well, I'm sure you'll get some, if you've made the announcement, you're well known.
yeah. So that's me. I'm making that announcement on Saturday, like a couple days ago, as
Yeah.
this is coming out. But before the reason for the announcement was actually three people came to me with pretty nice collections, really crazy collections, actually. And I was like, okay, I'm interested in these books. I'm not interested in the whole thing because I don't have that much money. But when I told somebody that I do buy books from about that situation, he's like, why didn't you tell me? So in the future going forward, I'm going to create that opportunity for people to sell the whole thing to me. So
Okay. Well, that's good. Okay. So there's a couple of you've got together with somebody with some money
yeah,
and yeah.
yeah. So that's what you
And
need in order to make.
so these obviously if there's the other person involved, is it going to be a question of selling them or keeping them?
Well, so he has a network of collectors. Like I'm part of his network of people that he sells to.
Right. Oh, okay.
So and then he also is a dealer for Heritage. So, if he can't within his own group of
Oh, I think
collectors,
you've mentioned this guy before. I know who you're talking.
yeah. So he's got the connections.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, there's not that many. It's interesting how small of a field it is. It's like everybody knows each other. Even we're all buying each other's books after a while. It's really funny because I know a bunch of them. Like there's like I can think of 20 people, right? But those 20 people control a huge percentage of the market.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
uh, yeah. I'm not sure. Did you hear about Collectors Summit that
No.
just happened?
No.
Yeah, it's like a who's who of buyers and sellers,
Okay.
and they basically they it's like my comic shop will be there. Some of the big buyers and sellers will be there, and they just buy awesome books. Like these really amazing golden age or silver age books, in high grade, and it's like it's just like it's like the mecca of comic book buyers and sellers.
Nice. Very
So
nice.
that just happened a few weeks ago. So yeah.
Okay, right. I think that's it for this week. We've rambled on long enough. So I hope you've enjoyed this show. We'll see you again next week with another bunch of fantastic Silver Age comics. Uh, Cheerio, everybody.